Hello, this is John Amarotis of Skelenotes.com. That's SKELENOTES.com. Twitter me at GoSkelenotes. This is a follow-up on the workshop I was invited to speak to about WordPress yesterday, which was, let's see, I think it was January 25th, right. And as will happen when you have 45 minutes in a big group setting and you're trying to do something like set up WordPress, obviously there were lots of people who experienced little snafus along the way, and so some of the people there who are really interested in learning WordPress couldn't quite get to the finish line, so which is, again, expected when you're in a group setting like that. But I just thought it would be nice to come up with a little screen recording video to take us the rest of the way and make it possible for people to see the whole process. And this is nothing too in-depth, because if you're going too in-depth, it's going to take more than a 2-minute video to get all the way into it. But as far as a basic WordPress installation goes, with some basic functionality, this will show at least one way that it can be done, particularly using the GoDaddy web service, which tends to be a pretty good web service, considering they offer really pretty good technical support, good customer support, a toll-free number 24 hours a day. So for some people that's the right solution. Other people use HostGator, and other people use other servers. There's no one server. Any web server will work with WordPress. WordPress is very popular, and there are just as many ways to configure and install WordPress as there are people using WordPress. So this is just one way of many ways. This video is provided as a courtesy. It's not meant to be exhaustive, and it's not meant to be the sole resource. There are so many resources for WordPress out there. You could never teach it all in one 40-minute talk, or one 45-minute talk, or one video of a few minutes. But this is one way to get up and running. And I invite anybody to call me. My number is, let's see here, 540-424-2435. Feel free to call that number, and you can receive further WordPress advice or services, installation. And if you already have WordPress, if you already have any website on your server space, you probably don't want to do this, because this may erase it. And so the main idea would be to proceed with caution. If you have any doubts at all, call up your customer service provider or your web designer. And this video is provided as is. Use at your own risk. Whoever's watching this, I have no idea who you are, so I can't see on your system, so I can't take any responsibility for what would happen on your system. But if this video is helpful to you, then by all means, I hope it is so, and I'm very happy to provide it. We love customer service. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go into our GoDaddy account here. We're going to log in. And we know we're logged in now. So we're going to come over here, click My Account. We're going to go into web hosting. And as we see, when we go into web hosting, My Account, and then we've opened up the web hosting tab, it expands under here. And when it does, we're going to hit Launch. And when we do that, we're going to get a hosting control center. And what we want to do is go under Content to the FTP File Manager. Then, in whatever web browser we're using, we will want to click File, New Tab. And we will want to go to WordPress.org. We can download WordPress. Might take you 2 clicks to do that. If you're on Safari, it comes over here and you can see the progress of the download. It's not going to take long. It's only about 4 megabytes, which is amazing considering how powerful it is. And so that's coming down to us at a fast rate. Okay. Isn't that interesting? I'm getting an error here. Of course. You go to make the video, that's when everything's going to go wrong, I'm sure. But we'll see if we can surmount that error. It's kind of hard to say what the error might be. Here we go. Let's try that again. We want it to go to Content FTP File Manager while the WordPress is downloading. And it looks like WordPress is completely downloaded. One thing you'll want to do is know how to navigate your file system to find WordPress, because when you've downloaded WordPress and you're about to upload it, you will need to locate it again on your hard drive. So once we've downloaded it to our computer, we're going to come over here to the Hosting Control Center. I've set up a directory called Workshop, and what I'm going to do, there really should not be a WordPress in there right now. Let's see. Yes, I want to delete it. Go, get away. Okay. And while that is deleted, okay, it's gone. What we're really going to do here now is we're going to come over here and we're going to see this upload button. We're going to click that upload button. Now, if you're on Safari, you'll get a choose file. If you're on another browser or maybe on Windows, you might get a button over here that says browse. Either way, click the appropriate button. Navigate to the appropriate file and begin the upload process. Hit OK. And we'll see right here it says uploading. Probably shouldn't take too long to upload. Now, while that is uploading, I would just take a moment to say that uploads usually take place slower than downloads, and there you go. That's uploaded now. So the upload is complete. Then you can click this checkbox over here and click Unarchive. You click Unarchive, and yes, in this case, we want to keep it in that same directory. Now keep in mind, you don't necessarily need a directory called Workshop. You may do this in your top level directory. That all depends on where you want to put WordPress. And unfortunately, obviously, there's so many aspects to this, we can't cover it all in a brief video. But the choice of directory is your choice. And it's unarchiving. That means it's taking it from a zip file and expanding it into all of its individual files. A zip file is something that is zipped up, so it can be a collection of files, and it's then going to be zipped up into one file to make it convenient for you to download. And that's when you can, once you download it and then put it somewhere else, then you can unzip it or unarchive it, and that turns it back into the individual files. And as we see, we uploaded one zip file, but now look, as a result of us checking that box and hitting unarchive, it's turned it back into a folder full of files. And so, in our case, that's located at skelenotes.com. Then, as we recall, in our case here, we put it in the Workshop directory, and then that created the WordPress directory. And we came to that location, and what we're seeing here, it almost looks like error, but this is actually our sign of success, because if this is coming up at all, if there was nothing in the folder, for example, if I change this WordPress to Word Nothing, we'll see what happens is, should give us an error message showing that there's not anything here. Well, I have mine, I forgot, set to default to come back to my page, but in a sense, the fact that we're getting this at WordPress shows that it's coming to something connected to WordPress. So what we'll want to do then is click Create a Configuration File, and we are presented with this interface. We will need a database name, a database username, a database password, and a database host. Now, truth be told, it's very hard in the space of a few minutes of video to come up with these things. If you don't know these things, my recommendation is right now to call your call technical support and have them walk you through it, or call me and I will set the whole thing up for you. But or walk you through it. I provide training as well. But you can come here, check out name, username, password, database host. Once you get that information, it's very easy. You literally type it into these fields and hit submit. Once you have done that, your WordPress will be set up and ready to use. It will then ask you to select a username and an administrator name for yourself. It doesn't have to match this information. You could call yourself administrator and you could set your password as my administrator password or something, whatever you want to set it as. It could be your favorite password. It could be a very hard to guess password, and it really should be a very hard to guess password. Once you do that, you will log into WordPress in the same way as you log into an email. For example, the way that you log into Gmail, when you think about it, you go to an address, you put in a username, you put in a password, you hit enter or something, and once you enter Gmail, then you have the ability to, you can click compose new mail, and you can put in a subject and a message and hit send. Well, WordPress works very similarly, and all you have to do is, at the top right corner of every WordPress page is usually a help tab, and there are WordPress books, WordPress experts, such as myself. I'd be happy to help you, but there's also many other WordPress experts. There are also many WordPress experts, and WordPress tip websites, WordPress videos on YouTube, and so on. So feel free to use all those resources. I wish you the best of luck, and thank you for stopping by to see this video. Have a great day. You're obviously up to something great, and I hope that all of your endeavors really do continue to prosper, and I hope you have a great new year and many, many successful endeavors. Thank you very much. Visit me anytime. This video is released under the Creative Commons license. That's the only way I release anything. I never release anything in a form that can't be shared. So this is Creative Commons. I mean, unless I say specifically otherwise, or unless it is otherwise noted. But by default, and because I'm saying so, all of my materials that I am, put it this way, this video today is released in the Creative Commons license format, and that means you're free to share it. You're even free to resell it. The only thing you have to do is attribute me by giving a link to my website and my name. And I have a WordPress book on skelenotes.com released in the same form. You can go to skelenotes.com. There is a book there. It will be listed as the WordPress book, or I may change the title, but feel free to read through that book, and you can also share that. But you do have to attribute it to me and provide my link to my website. As long as you do that, you're free to place it anywhere you want and to do anything you want with it. Thanks very much. Have a wonderful day, and go get 'em.